Welcome to the podcast from Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber.
By road today.
We quite literally, what?
Wait, before even introductions, I already have tea. Did you know that Selena Gomez unfollowed Sabrina Carpenter? Because, first of all, Selena was like, oh my gosh, I love Sabrina. And then
Selena said, I love Sabrina.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Sabrina is on tour off, and she's been like low-key promoting Road in her photos. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, Selena stopped following her.
Maybe they had a personal falling out.
I don't know. I'm into the tea because it's not my life. So, welcome to the podcast.
I'm Lisa K. Satchell.
And I'm Stella Kittrell. Welcome to Repost. It's what we do.
Yeah. I'd like to address something that we just saw. Someone referred to me in the comments as androgynous. And what's crazy is, first of all, I very much give she, her. Like, I'm very much feminine. And I know you can't tell from the aggression in my voice. Yeah. But she very much gives she, her. She's very girly. That's first thing. Second, it was weird because this is not the first time in my life I've been called androgynous.
Which was shocking for me.
I used to do improv growing up in like high school. And I was in an all-county improv troupe. Like, I was really doing the thing. And somebody like was like, oh, I'm not wearing earrings.
Do you want to be?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
We're here now. Somebody was like,
me either.
so this is a no earring episode.
I forgot body glitter, but that was, I knew.
That's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, someone referred to me as androgynous. I didn't know what the word meant at the time, and they didn't mean any disrespect. And I'm not sure if the commenter meant any disrespect, but I didn't like it.
I feel like they weren't, because in the second half of the comment was like, you should try switching styles. So then it felt like not as backhanded and shady.
Yeah, which also...
I have no nails today. Am I androgynous today?
Yeah, what is that? I don't know what categorizes someone as androgynous. And I also don't think, again, nobody meant it as an insult. But it was just like, I am very much she, her, and a girl.
Our pronouns are she, her. I know you can't always tell.
Yeah. How's life, Stells?
Life is great.
Stella is embodying her mantra of, what is it? Look good.
You feel good. You are good. You have to wink. If you don't wink, it doesn't count.
When do you do the wink? Do it again.
You look good. You feel good. You are good.
Huh? Right there. So today we were transparently trying to decide what to talk about because we kind of wanted to keep it light, which we did not start this conversation. That's why I was like, do we really want to go here? But yeah, we wanted to keep it light today. So we're going to talk about things that we've done as adults that we weren't allowed to do as kids in the houses we grew up in.
Spoiler alert, because we're getting piercings.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm getting a new nose ring, which I kind of already have now. I want to explain.
Did you take the hoop off?
I'd like to elaborate. Here's what happened, right?
Because it looks different from FaceTime. And I'm
no,
ready.
It's the same one.
But I see it's adjusted, so I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm sitting. Honey pop.
I'm sitting is great. I'm sat. So here's what happened, right? I had to go to a doctor's appointment in which I had to take my nose ring out. Fine. When I tell you I had never taken that thing out my face since I got it, and it's been like 2 years.
Right.
So didn't know what was going to happen next, but knew I had to go to the doctor, so it had to be done. Took it out. I said, well, we'll see what happens next. It was one of those flat backs. So there are two pieces. There's a long piece that is actually going to go in your piercing, and then a piece that you stick on the end of the piercing to make it secure, but it goes inside of it. It's like a push pin situation. So I didn't know how this thing actually was supposed to work or how it was supposed to go in my face. Yeah. I just took it out and I said, well, it's done. So then when I went to put it back in, I was putting the wrong side in the hole. It starts bleeding. I'm panicking because I'm like, why is it bleeding? But also I couldn't get it through because one, it's not long enough because it's not supposed to go through. So then I looked up I use TikTok to look everything up because I'm a visual learner. And YouTube, they be on soliloquies about everything. I just need to get to it. How do I do this? Mm-hmm. So I get on TikTok and it shows me I'm supposed to put the long end in the back of my nose. I can't find the other side of the hole, like through the back of my nose with like just using my hand in the thing. So I put it in the front way, but it's the back still. But it goes through all the way. I said, okay, it didn't close. Because also, I don't know if you know about nose piercings. They close so easily.
I would have paid to watch this.
It was a lot.
You should have live streamed.
It was a lot. Anyways, so I get the long one in. And I said, all right, I'm going to go home. And I kept it in there
you were home?
No.
Where were you?
I was on the way home. I was in the car. My mom was driving.
Okay.
So I'm in the car figuring all this out. So I was like, okay, wait, what if I just go to the place I got it pierced at and I ask, because the lady can change your nose piercing. I ask her to change it. She had no availability that day when I got. Then I tried calling. They were not answering the phone. So I just pulled up. I walked in. And they're like, oh, she doesn't have any availability today. I was like, this thing is about to close. I need to do something. So I get home and I try to put it in the right way. Mm-hmm. I drop it in the carpet. This carpet is like raised and fluffy. I'm never going to see that thing again. It's the nicest carpet
I've ever stepped on in my life. Very nice carpet. Mention it every time I come over.
True, she does. But yeah, I'm never going to see the thing again. So it's fine. So then I'm like, well, to Claire's I go, right? So I get in the car. Well, I eat first because I'm like, at this point, I'm just hungry. And I've also been through a lot already because even the appointment I had was a lot. So then I get to Claire's and the lady's like, I don't know if this is going to be the right size hoop because I also just looked it up. Hoops are the easiest to put in.
Okay. So you felt confident.
I just felt I think it was a good amount of delusion of like, oh, I'll just put it in.
Right. That's confidence, no?
So I go to get the nose ring and I couldn't find, like, the Claire's was like, she was like, I don't know, you could look at Hot Topic and Spencer's. I didn't want to go into Spencer's. So I went into Hot Topic and it was dark and there was yelling from the music, but it was fine. I haven't been a Hot Topic since I was a teenager.
Literally.
Like, I was like, this feels like my mom's gonna get mad if I'm in here.
Like, a mall.
First of all, right. The fact that I had to go to a shopping mall was insane. Because I was like, where else do you get a piercing? Like, Target doesn't just like sell them, I don't think. Anyways, so I went in there. Belly button. I don't know. I just wouldn't know. I just knew Claire's would have it.
Yeah, I mean,
because I knew all the times
fair. Yeah,
I would want a piercing, and right. I was like, Claire's. Anyways, which would have been a terrible place to get it done. Anyway, so go to Hot Topic. The girl in there is like, she has a bunch of piercings, so I'm like, she'll know, right? She was like, oh, that one will definitely fit. Do you want some other ones that are easier to put in just as a backup? She gives me L-shaped piercings, like a variety pack with L-shaped hoops, and then one hoop that I actually really wanted. It was buy one, get one for $5. I said,
wait, how
great.
much are they?
A total was $25.
Okay, cool.
So I was like, okay, something's going to get in this hole from this whole thing. I tried to put the L shape in, actually much harder. She said it would be easier. She lied. I even looked it up on the internet, like the TikToks. Much harder to put an L shape in. Mm-hmm. You got to put it in, and then you got to push it in. You got to do the angle. It's a whole thing.
Because in my head, that feels like that would make more sense.
Yeah.
It's one piece, right?
Yeah. So I was like trying to put it in. It wasn't working. Again, mind you, at different points, there is a little bit of blood. So then I'm like, I think I'm making it worse. So then I get the hoop, and I'm like, okay, it gets in, but my nose piercing is too far in for an average size hoop.
Okay.
So it's just stopping right here, and it's not malleable. Like, I can't move it, so it's hurting. So I shove my nose in.
Howard alum.
Oh, malleable.
Yeah.
So I put it on. I shove the bottom part of my nose in it, and I'm like, okay, it's in. It looks kind of cute, but this hurts. So I'm like, God, I can't keep this thing in. But mind you, I've clipped it close, and it's in my nose. So I'm turning it, and I'm trying to unclip it. I unclip it. I take it out. More blood.
Yeah.
But like a lot, because bigger, thicker side. I'm gonna put it. I look so upset in this picture, but we'll put in a picture of like the nose piercing so you can understand. Like there was a wide part and a part that goes in my nose. The wide part had started going into the piercing, so I was bleeding profusely. And I said, I don't know what to do.
Can you also elaborate to the people that when you initially got your nose pierced, the conversation you had?
Oh, when I initially got my nose pierced, I told the lady, I said, oh, I want to wear a hoop eventually, so like for the placement, I'd like to keep that in mind. Girl. Right. Anyway, so respectfully at this point, wait, let me finish the story. So then I put this in, which is technically supposed to be a hoop that closes. If I try to close this thing, there's a gap. So I've kind of left it open enough that it still is going through, but it's like hanging out here. But it kind of gives booger.
It looks like a stud. Which
is kind of what I was going for at that point. Because I was like, if it's not going to close, I just need something to hold the hole open until I go to this girl for her to do it for real. Now, I would love to say when I see her it's on site, but it's definitely not because I need her help. And she's a nice woman. I just think... Also, I think my nose is thick, and she told me that. Mm-hmm. Period. But, like, also African-American, I think my nose is thick. So... Because I feel like when I was trying to get the nose piercing through, I was like, I feel like I've been searching for the other end of this hole for days. Like, it's hard to find. Anyways, so we're going to go and I'm going to get this changed to an actual hoop that fits by the lady who did it. And that is what I'm going to do. I don't need a new piercing because also I have to do other things that are going to require me to remove the piercing again. So I need her to show me how to put it on and how to take it off and all that. But after I get all those things done, I'll probably go get more piercings.
You want to get your belly button pierced?
No, I don't have my belly button out ever.
What happened to crop top Lisa I met?
Crop top Lisa shows this part, like the center part. Belly button never comes out. Because I also wear high-waisted things when I wear the crop tops.
Doesn't it feel good to wear a good high-waisted snatching legging and a nice crop top? That used to be my uniform.
Yeah, my midsection is out, but the belly button is not out.
Okay. Well, I'm going on this excursion with Lisa.
Yeah. And my sister's coming too.
Our sister.
Sorry, you're right.
Thanks.
That was rude of me.
So I have.
We should post a video. We'll post a video on
of what?
I don't know, of something.
Of our
on the
excursion?
Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, I think you guys should come with us. So we
should also tell them we're not going to homecoming.
Did we tell them we were going to homecoming?
Yeah.
We're not going to homecoming.
In short, we'll go next year. It'll be the exact. I promise you, the excitement will be the same. The events will be the same. The performance might be different, but we didn't care who was performing anyways. So we'll be going next year. So stay tuned for another year.
So I'm getting my second hole pierced because I've always wanted that pierced. And let's take it back to our episode topic. I wasn't allowed to get nothing done.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were talking about something.
I didn't because I have a lot of opinions.
Okay, I'd love to hear them.
Whenever I say I have a lot of opinions, they're usually directed to family members I don't want to call out.
And well, here we go. Everybody lock in.
No, actually, I talked to my dad today. We're all cool.
That's great.
He was a Marine. Both of my family, my mother and father, were in the military, which is funny because my mom is like so much more like express yourself, and then my dad's like actually a drill sergeant. So
like quite literally. So growing up, I lived with my dad, and I wasn't allowed to do anything. And I think the most scarring thing, two things scarred me. One, I used to be in like a wannabe scene kid, like emo kid. Yeah. And we all had that phase in middle school. Was it middle school?
Middle school? Yes. All American Rejects had it. And that was like the tip of the iceberg. Once you found
an American idiot. Green Day?
So what happened was I really was into the chip nail polish look.
Okay.
I really thought that was hot. Like, I am sexy with this. My dad couldn't stand it. And he would always make me take it off. And he would scream at me like, that is so trashy, blah, 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 blah. And then that was one thing. And then two, being a scene emo kid, I really wanted pink Vans. Like, Vans were it. And when I saw the hot pink drop, I wanted them. And he was like, you will not wear colored shoes.
Interesting.
Girl. I was like, okay.
That's a strong stance.
You just wait. What's the first thing I did in freshman year of college? I got my pink Vans. Thank you.
That's so funny. I feel like it's funny when like you do a thing, you're like, well, I'll show them. But like,
and then I spend my own money.
No, really and truly. So when I was 18, I wanted to get a tattoo, and my dad was like, no. Basically, was like, that's no. You're not doing that. And I was like, you never understands me. You know, the whole thing. And then when I turned 22, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get my tattoo done when I come home. And no one can tell me anything different. Didn't have a tattoo parlor picked out, just knew. I don't know why I chose to do it at home, too. Like, I was living in LA at the time. So I very much could have done it and then come home. But
you're making a point subconsciously.
What is that? Oh, maybe, yeah. I just wanted to do it in front of everybody. Because, like, it was a time where it was, like, Mother's Day also. So my whole family was coming. It was one Mother's Day. My whole family came home. My brother, my sister-in-law. They didn't have kids yet, I don't think. And, oh, wait, no, they did. They had my nephew. And then my sister, my aunt were going to be, like, everybody was going to be home. Yeah. So I was like, and I told my sister, she was like, I'll do it with you. I'll get a heart on my wrist. And I said, okay, cool. I'm going to get 2 tattoos. I'm going to get it a cross on my finger and a heart on my wrist.
Jesus.
On the right side of my body, because the Bible talks about how your power is in the right hand. So I was going to get on my right wrist, I have a heart, because I think love is my superpower. Anyways, so she's poetic.
No, like really. Like, I want to know what happened when you had all these thoughts for the first time. Like, what were we doing?
Probably reading the Bible, just deeply reflecting. Anyways, so I come home and I said, Dad, I'm going to get a tattoo. He was like, okay.
Did it feel?
Are you serious? Like, but like, I think it was like at that point I was very much an adult.
And you respected your parents?
Well, more like they were like, what are we going to do to stop you?
Okay.
Like, it was just like, okay, like this is your life now. You know what I mean? At 18, you're legally an adult, but like, are you?
Yeah.
So, and also I was out of college by the time I wanted to I really got the tattoo. So it was just like, you're an adult. Like, do you, babe? So me and my sister, day of, trying to decide, 1, where to get the tattoo done. 2, what tattoo to get. Because we were going to get hearts, but we should get... She was like, well, I don't want to just get 1 heart because you were getting a heart. We should get 2 hearts. We have, yeah. Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
For the story.
This is how I watch movies. I read the Wikipedia. Okay, go ahead.
So we go to this random tattoo parlor we find. It's closed.
Okay.
Because I think I had in my mind
It's
that I wanted
Mother's
to go
Day,
there. No, not the day of.
Oh, okay.
It was the weekend.
Okay.
But they were like at a fair for that weekend, so they were like not open. And I was like, well, also I didn't make an appointment. I was just finna walk in. So then we were like, let's just find the next nearest place while we have the nerve. And my aunt went with us. So we go to the tattoo place, and this guy's like, oh, I've only been doing tattoos for a year. We just wanted hearts, so we're like, oh, that's simple, it's fine. I wanted to get the cross on my finger, but then he was like, finger tattoos fade very easily. He showed me his hands, and I said, don't want that. So I was like, all right, wrist it is. Let's ride. So suddenly my sister is very nervous, freaking out. My aunt texts us on the slide, and it's like, are you sure you want to get it done here? This guy's only been doing tattoos for a year. We're like, yeah, it's fine. It's just
this story
simple.
Is giving me anxiety.
It's hearts. So we get them done. We both have, I don't know if you're watching.
No, we're going to take a picture.
Yeah, we'll post a picture. But yeah, so I have 2 hearts. My sister has the left one filled in because she's older, and the right one empty because I'm younger. And then I have the right one filled in. She has, you know what I'm saying?
That is so in love.
Yeah, it's very cute. Very cutesy.
Time to add a 3rd one.
But, period, first of all, let's do it. But also, let's really talk about it. The tattoos were not good. Okay. So they were good. Like, you could tell they were hearts, right? But mine was messed up. So when I went to get my second tattoo on my other wrist, I had him fix the one on my right. My sister still hasn't gotten her touched up. But I'm pretty honest, I don't think she wants, unless she gets another tattoo, but I don't see her doing that. It was very much for the bit. Like, and also my mom was like, Shanae's not going to get a tattoo.
And she did it.
But that's the only reason.
Right.
She did it, right? So then, even when it came to piercings, my sister had a nose piercing like this when she was in college. She just got it done and then came home.
Yeah.
Shanae was always like rebel. So when we got our nose piercings done, we were full adults, like had our own places to live and we're coming home to visit for the week. Like, we got our nose piercing done and we didn't tell our parents. I just walk in with it and my mom's like, oh, that's cute. Nothing about it. Shanae was like covering her face. They're like, what did you do?
Oh no.
And so Shanae had her septum and they were like, okay. I said, what are we talking about? But I don't know. I think at this point it's just they aren't no longer shocked when we do certain things.
They can't say nothing.
Right. And that's the other thing is you become to a certain age where it's just like, do you, babe? Like, what are they going to say?
I think like parents can, I mean, Lisa and I are not parents. And so this is just
we will be.
Outside judgment. And I feel like as parents, you do your best. And then at that point, when they're 22 coming home saying I'm going to get tattooed, it's like, all right, babes, I did my best. I got you this far.
Also, getting tattooed by someone who has barely been doing this a year.
Okay, but wait, when I got my tattoo,
choice.
that's something I didn't know. You hear people getting tattoos all the time. And frankly, I'm from Texas. I don't know if they do that up here, but the kids do them at parties to each other.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm used to. I didn't understand there was like a true art to tattooing.
Yeah.
Until I was like with my ex-fiance and like he got his whole back done as a lion. And I was like, first of all, working a white collar job is crazy. Okay, but and I was like, oh, like no, like he was there for hours. Like no, this is like actually an art. And then I went on a deep dive on like whatever YouTube or TikTok at the time, and I realized that like you have to know what you want, but then also find an artist who will emulate the style. And like also the other half of that is like they are artists, so like how much are you willing to let the artist be an artist?
That's good.
Versus like mine, I said I have a stencil, print it out. He's like, it's letters, it's fine. He still messed it up. So
well, we gotta go get it fixed. I for my breathe tattoo on my other wrist, that one I told him what I wanted. We edited to make the T bigger because it's a cross. Because Jesus.
Ooh, I actually did notice that, if that helps.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Ow.
Oh,
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah. At first it was all the same, but I was like, something's off. So we made the T bigger. This one was done by, I feel like, a real tattoo artist. Like, this guy I know who got a bunch of tattoos went to this guy. But this was $150. And it's very small. But like, I got it done in LA. It was like right before we were about to leave LA. So it was like a thing. It was like I wanted to get a tattoo before. Oh my God. I touched the nose ring. It hurt.
It's sore.
I touched the butt. You know, and yeah, there we go. Caught it.
I'm winking a lot today. I'm in a winky mood.
I love that. A little cheeky.
I gotta tell you about my tattoo.
Yeah.
Well, first of all,
I'm
gonna be really honest, because this is a very public thing, and judge me all you want. It's fine. The only reason I did not get a tattoo for so long is because of the Kim Kardashian. You don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley.
But then she did, so you're fine.
But she said that in 07. So I was raised on that. I was like,
That's true.
that's Bible. Like
that's what raised me. Facts.
So that plus like a military parent, I was like, I get it. And then what started to happen, I'll never forget. I had a pivot in 12th grade. This girl had a inner lip tattoo.
Yeah.
Which I always wanted, but hers said Walmart. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Why did you think that was cool?
I don't know, because it was so rebellious. It was like, who puts Walmart in their lip? And I'm not allowed to get a tattoo, so like, yes. And then, I don't know if you remember, like, the little thumb, the little mustache.
Good girls loved that, didn't they? There was an era we were all doing that.
Like Rihanna?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So then, something happened in, like, post-college, like, right post-college, where I realized, what if I had gotten Walmart?
My God.
In my mouth.
My God.
Forever. And then, I had this, like, frontal lobe development moment where, like, oh, maybe they knew what they were talking about when they said, maybe we should wait on a tattoo.
Oh, I was going to get a Taco Bell tattoo. I swore.
I kind of feel like you should.
I mean, it would be very subtle.
It
would be like...
I wasn't allowed to have my hair dyed. I wasn't allowed to have makeup. My dad was like, girls don't need makeup. They only need lip gloss.
Interesting.
Not even lip gloss, like chapstick.
Interesting.
Okay,
How long did that go?
You know what's crazy? It's the men who say stuff like that who like the battiest of the baddie-honest.
Who think that it's
Let's
natural.
be real. Not even. Like the hottest girls. Like my dad dated the hottest girls.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Is that true? Maybe not. No tea, no shade. But like they all wore makeup. A lot of, you know what? This is therapy, because a lot of his women had tattooed makeup on.
Interesting.
So maybe he was like, oh, they're not wearing makeup. Yeah, it's because they tatted it on. They didn't need to buy it.
So it's even a tattoo, which is even more against what he was saying.
Wow. Bill me. Bill me.
Crying.
So, no, but yeah, I loved like my dad's girlfriends because, okay, I say girlfriends. This is lore. This is Stella Kittrell lore. Mm-hmm. My dad had a new girlfriend every 6 months that lived with us.
Oh.
Like actually insane. So my dad worked as a firefighter in Houston, but we always lived in San Antonio. So it's like a 3-hour drive. So he didn't want to move us to Houston. So he would have a girlfriend, and it would always take him about 6 months to realize they're just a live-in babysitter. Isn't that insane? So that's why I'm like, oh, like women now, like women's rights, because I just want to help me see like guys like him for who they are, but also like made me have this such deep empathy for women. And just,
yeah, you do have a deep empathy for women.
I do, because I've seen what my dad like did to women. And so in saying that, I got a lot of good understanding about like growing up how to be a woman from like all his various girlfriends. I got to see all different types, like, oh, who do I want to be? And so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I think we hit good therapy because they all had tatted makeup on, like the eyeliner.
You have microbladed brows.
I do have microbladed brows because my friend had them, and I said, why do your eyebrows look
I want to get my brows microbladed, but my bank account is not in agreement with that thought.
I love it. So when I got my tattoo, I got it done and immediately regretted it. So I was on Zoloft, which was like an antidepressant medicine. I didn't know what was going on with me, so I was like, put me on this. So that was December of 2022. I was on it till the end of January 2023, maybe early February 2023. I felt like, first of all, it wasn't working for me. So like I was working with my doctors. I had to have a psychiatrist and a psychologist like help me dose it out and like, you know, is it working? It wasn't. I felt crazy. And in that moment, I made the biggest decisions of my life. I was like, I'm gonna cut all my hair off. I've always wanted, like, I wanted to do everything I've always wanted to do. So I cut all my hair off. I was like, I'm doing a big chop. I've wanted to do it for years. We're gonna do it. But it's all in the like 2-week time frame.
Yeah.
It's all happening at once. So it's no gradual nothing. I was like, I want a tattoo. I'm going to get a tattoo. So I used to listen to this guy named Kenneth Soares, and I used to like promote him all the time. I've always believed in God. So he talks about the universe. I always used to just replace God with it. And then now I don't even listen to Kenneth. But that's kind of why I regret it. So my tattoo is AYDG, and it means, and you're doing good. And something he would always say in his meditations is, and you're doing good. I was like, I love that. Love Kenneth. Now, it's spelled like Kenneth, but you say Kenneth. And then I was like, love that. And then I cut my hair, and then did some crazy stuff online. And then I was like, maybe we should get off the medicine. And then I had insomnia, and that's when I was like, okay, maybe it's the medicine. And then I got off, and I came to. And when I came to, I was like, oh. And then that same year, that was last year, that same year, I like got baptized and like going way deeper with God. And then I was like, now I have like a spiritual new age tattoo on me for the rest of my life. So
could we redefine it or cover it?
I think about removing it.
It's not as fun for me.
Well, first of all, I never got a tattoo because I'm like indoctrinated to believe that it's like on you for life. And I've had like severe commitment issues.
Okay.
Can we talk about the year I'm overcoming commitment issues? I get a tattoo. I meet the love of my life.
Wow. She's into commitment.
Well, now I want to get it removed, so.
But I think you should either cover it or redefine it.
I cannot go any bigger. I cannot.
See? What if we like making an acrostic poem? You just go down.
That could be fun.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Maybe I should just name my children after it because honestly.
Okay, so you have 4 kids and these are their initials.
So the first letter, we actually just came up with that name like 2 months ago.
Oh, there we go.
So now
or you could name it Edgar.
Goodbye. So
I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
He messed up with the G. I can't even look at it. I get mad. So anyway, I feel like in hindsight, as an adult, I feel like our parents did have our best interests at heart. I do not have a Walmart tattoo, thank God.
Okay, wait. I was gonna say something about the lip tattoo. I still want one.
Taco Bell.
No, not there. Well, okay. I want a lip tattoo on the inside that says life, so I'm always speaking life. What are your thoughts?
They're not age appropriate, so I'm gonna keep them to myself.
What does that mean?
We'll talk about it after the pod.
Okay. Anyone I tell it to thinks it's a terrible idea. Do you think it's a bad idea?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Fair.
I like the sentiment.
Yeah, but I think it is a dumb idea. But at least it's biblical.
But like, why not? You know,
if I ever have just like extra money that I can spend on something stupid, that's what I'm gonna do.
I feel like I'm in the new era again. Like, I want to put my hair blonde. I'm getting a second hole. I'm like in my second resurgence.
Here's what happens, right? I think you go through things in life that make you just be like, forget it. Let's just go for it.
Because why are we being so serious right now?
Literally. I do want another tattoo. I have so many tattoo ideas, fun fact. If I executed all my tattoo ideas, I'd be covered.
I want a sleeve.
I don't think I want one. And I think based on the fact that you don't even like the tattoo you do have, which is very minimalistic, I don't think you do want a sleeve.
I would like to pivot.
Sure.
We have some submissions for your middle name.
Okay.
I would like to be right with one of these, so please.
Breathe.
Okay, Lisa Kiana Satchell.
No.
Lisa Kimchi Satchell.
No, but if I was... No, wouldn't that be offensive if I was actually Korean? Because why would you give me my middle name Kimchi?
I thought about the drag queen Kimchi.
I'm not familiar.
So much lore. Kimchi. Do you know about Kimchi and Chapel Roan? Y'all thought I was going to go an episode without talking about Chapel Roan. You are mistaken. You are mistaken. It's okay. No. Just know Kimchi's a baddie. And Kimchi got makeup and it works really well. And I kind of want to try it. So maybe we should try Kimchi's makeup.
Okay. I just don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly. I just have to get Lisa in on the lore. But I had a great time with you today.
I did too.
I would like to revisit this topic because I feel like we just scratched the surface. And I would like to get deeper one day. Okay. But it felt good. We had some good therapy moments. Mm-hmm. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to the pod today. You can listen anywhere you listen to podcasts or watch them, preferably watching them. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel.
She winked again. And you can tap in with us on Instagram and TikTok at the Repost Pod.
We will chit chat with you guys next week.
Bye.